Down the bow, kick off your shoes and you throw 'em on the floor. Dance in the kitchen till the morning light. Louisiana Saturday night.
And
good evening and welcome to AGK Media. I'm Shelley Carney.
Yonder come a kinfolk in the moonlight. Louisiana Saturday night. Well, you get
And I'm Toby Younis. Thanks for joining us tonight. We have lots of emails to read. We got a bunch of text messages. We got some voicemails. George sent us another one, so we'll be playing George's. We've got a great Wednesday night hump day fandango for you guys tonight. Stick with us.
Uh-oh, guess what day it is? Julie, huh? Julie, guess what day it is? Julie, huh? Julie. Mike, what day is it, Mike? Come on, I know you can hear me. Anybody? Huh? Woo-hoo! Mike, what day is it, Mike? Anybody? Julie, huh? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Julie, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike, what day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's Hump Day.
Woo-hoo! Hump day, hump day, hump day.
And we're back.
Yep.
Doing okay?
We're back with another Hump Day Hoedown.
Hump day hoedown.
I know you missed it.
Yeah.
Wait, what's going on here?
I got to take out some... I don't
What's
know.
that about?
Were we on before we were on?
Oh, see? This is today's show.
Oh.
Earlier today. Sorry, everybody. We're just a little confused. We are live, but this isn't what we're showing.
That was this afternoon's show.
I know. It's
what
confusing.
the heck?
Maybe I just
Well,
have
we're
to-
okay up there. Ignore
Okay.
that because you didn't refresh that. Just refresh that.
I just did.
You're good up there. Sorry, not a bit of technical
Please
difficulties
stand
there.
by.
So, first of all, let me do that again.
Housekeeping, you want towel?
Yes,
We're
we do
housekeeping.
want towels. So a little bit of housekeeping first. Make sure that at some time, see the Band-Aid is getting smaller, isn't it? Make sure at some time during this video you take a moment to like our video. YouTube likes it when you like our videos. And, of course, share it with your family, your friends, your neighborhood association, the entire association.
Just keep it playing on your TV at all hours of the day and night.
Homeowners association, if you have one, your business
And
associates.
then invite everybody into your home to watch it as it continues to play on your TV.
Like a housewarming.
Nonstop.
And then, of course, with your social networks so that we can grow our channel. That's right. And then last but not least, if you're not already a subscriber, this would be an ideal time to click on that subscribe button. And then once you see the notification bell, click on that notification bell. And that way, every time we start one of our programs or every time we announce one of our programs, you will be informed. So you won't have that excuse about, I didn't know you guys were starting your show. Because there's no excuse for that. That means you're not a subscriber because you would know when we started the show. And then last but not least, if you look down at the bottom of your chat window, you'll see a stylized $. If you can,
And that's
you'll
what it
hear that
sounds
sound.
like.
That's what it sounds like. If you would like to contribute to our project, please, a couple of pesos here, a couple of shekels there, they all add up.
Rubles.
Rubles. I love rubles. I love the rubles.
Deutschmark.
Because they come from oil.
Well, they're up to euros now. Never mind.
Yeah, so you can use that to contribute to our project. And it goes, well, YouTube takes 30% of it, but we're okay with that. The rest goes to Shelley.
What does? Money?
Yeah.
Yay!
The monies. Okay, so here's the plan for tonight. We are going to start by reading some emails that we received, and then we'll take a break, go back to the room, say hi to everybody in the room, and then we'll come back and we'll read some text messages, listen to some voicemails, and then we will open up the phone lines, and it's open phone line night. You don't have to stick to the topic that we were talking about this afternoon. Save that for Friday. By the way, if you have any ideas for our Wednesday afternoon and Friday afternoon shows in terms of topic, add them to the comment section, not your chat, because I won't be able to find them, but add them to the comments section in this video, and I'll pull them and I'll use those as well. Okay?
Woohoo!
So, first of all,
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
Is that as good as we're going to get without tearing
didn't
down
like
the
that?
house? No, that was good. That was very good. And of course,
Cause girls like you round all the guys like me to sundown when I come through. I need a girl like you, yeah, yeah. Girls like you love and get me too. What I want when I come through. I need a girl like you, yeah, yeah.
okay, we got some interesting emails, and I'm going to read this one first
Then we
to
have to do
decide.
the email video.
Oh, good email video. Okay. Were you
There
going
you
to
go.
say something? Were you going to say something?
Oh, my shoulder hurts.
Oh, from what? What happened?
Oh, I got my tetanus booster shot
Oh, well, that's
the other
good.
day.
Yeah. That way, if you slide into first base and pick up a
So
rusty
if I get
nail.
one of these things on my thumb like you did, then I'm
Oh,
covered.
yeah. I'd already had mine, thankfully.
Let's hope I don't.
Let's hope you're not cutting yourself like I do, testing to see how thick your skin is with a knife. Okay, so I got this. It's from our friend Bo Walker, who's the graphics artist who's provided us a couple of images and some images of his travels as well. And he says, "Hi, Toby and Shelley. When I was out this weekend hunting for the treasure, I stumbled across some human remains and have notified the proper authorities. I thought I might share with you a picture of them. Feel free to share if you think the public can handle the photos." So I don't know. Trust me, I've seen enough human remains in my life.
I think
So
everybody
did-
knows what skeletons look like.
Yeah.
we're
So
good.
what? But I didn't want to post the picture. As a matter of fact, the picture that you see behind us is one of my photographs of the VLA, the Very Large Array. But put in your chat things like we're okay with seeing the
I don't
human
know if
remains.
YouTube likes that though.
Well, it's just going to be on the back there. We're just going to do that. So I'll put it up on Friday if you guys are okay with it. If you're
If you want
sensitive
to see it.
about
You don't
that
want to
stuff,
see
yeah.
it.
You don't want to see
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Never mind. Show something
Yeah.
pretty instead.
But Bo, I thought it was very thoughtful of you to send that picture. It is a damned interesting picture. You got to say that before. Okay, your turn.
Zuzi.
Zuzi.
Say what? Say what, Zuzi? Says, good morning. I'm looking to connect with someone who has the name Alberta Searcher on YouTube. A recent comment made by them on your Sunday show. So this came in like last Thursday. We just couldn't get to it because we were very focused on other things. Sassy Sherry. So anyway, a recent comment made by them on your Sunday show and in AGK live chat has sparked me to reach out. I'm new to YouTube and I'm not sure how to reach them. So, Alberta Searcher, Zuzi, say what? I don't know what this person's screen name is.
Well, we can do it this way. Alberta Searcher, if you send an email to a gypsieskiss@gmail.com, our address, it passes up on the thing every once in a while. If you send us an email,
There we
I will
go.
forward Zuzi's address to you, and then you can make a decision about whether or not you want to contact her. Okay? How's that for a bit fair? This is from, it's from Robert Morrison, and the subject line is, are you going to produce any more content? We produce content. It's not like we've stopped producing content.
We're here 4 times a week,
Yeah,
baby.
4 times a week. Yeah.
That
Says,
gets a cowbell. 4 rings on the cowbell.
Okay, he says, hi, Toby. It's been a true pleasure to watch your videos about the Fenn treasure hunt. I noticed that things sort of ended at the end of 2018. Actually, it was around October of 2018. I watched the November video where your son moderated, my handsome, intelligent son, talented son.
Pooty.
At the bootster. At the end, he states that you were going on with other things. Yes, that is true. I just have a few questions. To your knowledge, is the treasure still out there? Yes, there is no evidence to indicate that the treasure has been found and or recovered as of tonight. I am a semi-retired doctor who joined the hunt in mid-2018. That's an interesting, semi-retired doctor. I feel like you'd have to be...
Maybe he makes house calls.
Wow. Either that or you just
Or
take
maybe
care of your
people
family.
have to go to his house.
Yeah.
to see.
I'm semi-retired, but if you're sick, come on over. I am a semi-retired doctor who joined the hunt in mid-2018. I have yet to hit the road. Most of my involvement has been in books and my own research. I have bought the 2 main Fenn books, and I have found Forrest Fenn to be a very interesting person, to say the least. That's what I would have finished that sentence with, to say the least. Are you still in the hunt? We're still producing content. We're still thinking about it. You can't help not think about it. But we're not actively searching. I am heading west possibly this summer, and it is comforting to know that someone like yourself is still actively looking. If you are ever in Knoxville, Tennessee, please look me up. I would love to buy you dinner. Now you tell me. I had a daughter there for 4 years at UT. I wish I'd known you then. So, because I used to visit her a lot. Go Vols. Hook 'em. No. What's the vote?
How many years ago was that? Jeez,
Yeah,
come on, move on.
Yeah, she's
Let it go.
30. Yeah, I guess it was a long time ago. They have
She's on her like
babies.
3rd job after college already.
In a good way, not in a like she can't keep a job. Are you still in the hunt? I'm heading west possibly this summer. Come by and visit. You know how to reach us. And it is comforting to know that someone like yourself is still actively looking. I think what you could be comforted by is that we believe, A, the treasure was hidden by Forrest Fenn, and B, that it is not. There's no indication that it has been found and or recovered. In any case, thanks again for your time and effort in YouTube videos, and hopefully we can be able at some point to have an eyeball conversation, as they say in ham radio. They do say that in ham radio, yeah.
Weird.
But well, it isn't as popular.
Your
It
eyes
used to-
can't talk to each other.
It was a lot more popular back in the olden days.
Okay.
Best regards, Bob Morrison. Well,
We all
Bob,
living in the past.
if you give you the same invitation that we give to everybody else who's planning on coming out here, and that is if you find yourself in or about Albuquerque, New Mexico, let us know, and we will meet you for cocktails.
Since I see this question and I'm going to address it, Wayne Ross says, "Hello, Toby and Shelley. I'm not seeing any of your photos or videos of boots on the ground on the AGK website. Am I doing something wrong? Are any still up?" If you're talking about our YouTube website, if you go to playlists, you'll see a playlist of our boots on the ground. We also have some of them included in our weekly vlogs. If you're looking at our website, Toby's pulling it up right now to make sure it works.
A Gypsy's Kiss, go to agypsieskiss.com and click on our photos, and you will get a portfolio. No, you don't get a portfolio. He's right.
So it's not working. So thank you for telling us, Wayne. We'll be getting that fixed shortly, and it'll be back online soon.
You know what? What's their name? Updated, I'll bet.
WordPress?
No, not WordPress. The guys that I got that gallery tool from.
Oh,
I can't remember their name.
Gallery of photos.
Let's see. Let me just find one of the photo pages and see if they're still up. I may just have to make a. It looks okay. So who was that?
That was Wayne Ross.
Wayne. It looks like you are absolutely right, and
It was not intentional.
it was not intentional. Yes. Let me see. Let me just see if there's like you can still get to them. That's what worries me. Let me go back to. When was the last search we did?
That would have been
August. There it is, right
August.
there. So that's the recon number 32, Rio de los Pinos, for 5 days. Okay, they're still there. If you need to get to them right away, just go back to at the bottom on the navigation bar on the right-hand side. You'll see the archives, and you can just go back archives to archives. The last photo set that we published was August of 2018, and you can just scroll through that if it's urgent. But thank you for letting us know. I was not aware of that. So we'll have to go back and fix that.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting us know.
Yeah. Helpful.
Davio 22. Shelley is the very definition of patience.
Oh, I try.
Yeah, she really is.
You got to cultivate patience by living through a lot of frustration.
What is that supposed to mean?
It's just the way it is.
Okay, read your turn.
All right. This is from Bo Walker.
Oh, same Bo. That's our Bo.
Our Bo.
Our Bo with he does the Gypsy Kiss shirt designs for us, which we may implement, by the way.
All right. He says, just had that aha moment. Hint of riches, new and old equals family. Forrest has mentioned his family in almost every single time he talks about the treasure or really anything he does. Your thoughts? I think my family is my treasure, but then I can't afford $2 million to spend on gold coins and various nuggets and trinkets and things.
I think it's an interesting concept, and I think Shelley's point is well made. If what you had, in terms of what you owned, incorporated into your net worth was your family, because I feel like my family are my treasures, especially when you see that baby Everly. Oh my God, what a treasure!
Yeah, you're a little biased on that.
Everly James. Okay, so this is a snail mail. It is
Mila
from
Carmen.
Mila Carmen. Oh, what a monster! I just love her.
She's my favorite of your grandchildren.
This is from Henry Walton Jones Jr. And I'm just going to say he's from Connecticut, and it's addressed to me. It's mailed from Providence.
Real mail.
Real mail. Snail
Stamp and everything.
mail. Ooh.
Ooh.
Dinero.
Let's
Yeah.
check that.
So, hi, Toby and Shelley. I have followed your show for a while and wanted to send a quick note of thanks for the service you do for the Fenn Treasure Search community. I can always count on an entertaining discussion when I tune your show in. I don't know how to use Super Chat. This works just as well, and we get the 30% that YouTube normally takes from us. I don't know how to use Super Chat, but please accept the enclosed contribution as a thank you. And he signs it, The Lead Searcher.
All right, I see that.
So,
Lead searcher.
Henry Walton. Thank you, Henry. That was really, that was very kind of you. Very what?
Thank you.
Well,
Next.
like the treasure, it's now out of reach.
Okay, we have a email from Jingo Bingo.
Oh, wait. Did I see him in here too? Okay.
No,
good.
I think you printed it twice, but I got
All
rid
right.
of the
Sorry.
second copy.
Yeah.
Jingo Bingo. Number 1. Do either of you know if Forrest Fenn is a born-again Christian? He's always said, I am not religious, I am spiritual. He's one of those people, and I say the same thing, so I'm not saying he's one of those.
Born-again
I'm good with
Christians
it.
have certain character. He's definitely not a born-again Christian.
No. He's a conservative, which, they kind of tend to associate, I guess, with evangelicals or,
But he's none of those things. I mean, he might be
Anglo-Saxon
conservative.
Protestants.
He might be a classic conservative in a political sense. But I don't think he's a conservative Christian.
Yeah, not like that.
Yeah.
Number 2, are of any born-again pastors or searchers that maybe are looking for a safe and sane, reliable, good partner? So he's looking for a Christian partner.
Oh, is this guy? Jingo Bingo?
Well,
Are any born-again pastors or searchers that might be looking for a safe and sane, reliable, good partner? We are not aware of any, only because we've never used that as a criteria to determine whether or not we go searching with somebody. When we decide we want to go searching with somebody, the only thing we're concerned about is if they can buy lunch. I'm good with that. I just made that up.
I was going to say, that Chris D'Angelo didn't buy us lunch.
No. We bought him lunch and dinner, by the way.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. We are having late lunch or early dinner, depending on how you're looking at, with that reporter from Société magazine in France tomorrow. So we should have an interesting conversation with him. He sounds like an interesting guy. I think he's already managed to get time with Fenn because he said he was going to visit with Fenn before he met with us. And so we'll find out how Fenn was with him. See, we'll talk about that on Friday.
Anyway, he says he lives in the East in Pennsylvania, and he's looking for a partner, and they can split the costs and the solves and the treasure, and he's ready to go.
All right.
Pass his email on. So if you are interested in teaming up with Jingo Bingo,
let us know. Send us an email at gypsieskiss@gmail.com.
he's looking specifically for somebody who is safe and sane and reliable.
Yeah. Doesn't necessarily have to be Christian as long as, I guess, you meet the other
I
criteria.
guess if you have those kind of values,
Yeah,
that's the thing you're
exactly.
looking for. All right.
Okay. This is from Michael Swadberg.
Yes, it is.
And he says, one more weak Fenn clue.
Lol. Don't forget the lol.
Lol. These are the words spoken during the last couple of minutes of an interview of Fenn by Santa Fe area disc jockey. Don't remember it. Disc jockey. You want to leave us? Here, you be the disc jockey.
Welcome to WYSK.
No, that
Oh.
part of it.
I thought I was supposed to improv.
Glad you could join us.
You want to leave us a clue before you leave?
And I'm Forrest Fenn. The clue is enrich your life. Get the kids out of the basement and get out and spend a couple of weeks in the Rocky Mountains, in Santa Fe and Yellowstone, and every place in between.
Could be up in the Rocky Mountains National Monument up above Estes Park.
Oh, I wish you hadn't said that.
Somewhere up there with those giant bull elk somewhere. Forrest, thanks for coming by.
My pleasure. So you can hear the entire interview with this link, or fast forward to 36 minutes and 46 seconds for these words specifically. Okay, he just gave me the link and I didn't know it was in there. So I'll post that in the description box once we finish. I'll set that aside. Finish the show. So if you want to hear that interview, your turn.
Wow. So if any of you have a script and you would like us to do a reading, just let us know.
I can always be Forrest. Shelley can be Peggy.
Yeah.
So
Just send us $20 and your script, and we'll do a live reading.
let me hold it for you.
It's mine. I was the disc jockey.
Do not make me spit my coffee all over mine.
Here is one for the ages. It's actually for you. It says, Dear Mr. Younis. This is from Sunk Hayes, and the title is Fenn Treasure Search. Dear Mr. Younis, I have watched many of your Gypsy's Kiss videos and have been following the Fenn Treasure Search. I know that you have been concentrating your search in New Mexico. I also watched a news clip filmed in the early days of the Fenn treasure hunt, which seemed to indicate that the treasure was hidden in New Mexico, with no reference to it being possibly hidden in Colorado, Wyoming, or Montana. Do you believe that perhaps this was a mistake or oversight on the part of Mr. Fenn, and that we all ought to focus on New Mexico as opposed to the other states? Or do you think that Mr. Fenn planned it this way and that he is just being very cagey so as to broaden the search area? New Mexico has never been part of my focus. Sincerely, Daniel.
I love that last sentence. Daniel, we think it's in New Mexico, there are a number of reasons, but the primary reason is Forrest said so in the book, The Thrill of the Chase. Just before he writes the poem, he says, I hid it somewhere in the mountains north of Santa Fe. He didn't say, I hid it somewhere in the Rocky Mountains. I hid it somewhere in the mountains north of Santa Fe to include all the way up. He didn't say that. He said, he wrote, when he wrote the book, he wrote, I hid it somewhere in the mountains north of Santa Fe. So if I were to tell you that I kidnapped your cat and I hid it somewhere in the mountains.
Cat again. Poor cat.
Poor cats.
It's dying now, you know.
And I hid it somewhere in the mountains north of Santa Fe, would you go looking in Wyoming? No. We have a video, and I'm going to recommend that you go look at it. We have a video entitled Forrest Fenn Discovered the Rocky Mountains in 2013. It wasn't until the publishing of his second book, Too Far to Walk, with the map showing the entire Rocky Mountains, that he started talking about the Rocky Mountains. It wasn't until 2013. Before that, the Rocky Mountains had never been in the conversation. There were people that assumed, as a result of some of the material in the book, all focused on Yellowstone, but we have another video about that as well. Mm-hmm. There are more chapters dedicated to his time in New Mexico than at Yellowstone. But he didn't talk about the Rocky Mountains until 2013. Prior to that time, it was what he said in the book. And as a matter of fact, when he holds up the map at Moby Dickens and he says, if you know where the treasure is, you'll find it on this map. Well, of course, the very bottom of the map is New Mexico. So he wasn't giving us any new information. We believe it's in New Mexico. So there, take that.
So Daniel, we believe it's in New Mexico because many reasons, many of which Toby's already said. And also that he chose the place as a special place and decided he wanted to bury the treasure when he was sick with cancer. And we don't believe he would have traveled very far from home when he was sick with cancer. It's another reason. There are many, many reasons why we think it's in New Mexico, and the other states were added in 2013 to broaden the search as you suggested in your email. So very good.
This is from Rafael Perla. Ralph Pearl.
Or Rafe. Sometimes
Rafe.
they say Rafe.
Rafael. Or Raphael. I'm sorry, not Ralph. Well, no, Raphael is Ralph. Hello, my name is Rafael, and I got a question regarding an ammo box and a journal. Journal what? Journal bullet. That doesn't make sense. A journal. I got a question regarding an ammo box and a journal I found looking for Forrest Fenn treasure. Contains like 40 names of people. Some pages real hard to read. Probably need some help with this matter. Is greatly appreciated. Rafael, I think what you've probably stumbled onto is a geocache box. That's why the names. And somebody that got there before you emptied the geocache and didn't leave anything probably but their name or the notebook. So yeah, I wouldn't. It's not connected to the Fenn treasure. Ammo boxes are commonly used because they're waterproof. They're commonly used for geocaching. And the problem with geocaching is after the popularity arose, people would go look for it and then just raid the geocache and move on, not leave anything behind. It used to be fun. It's not as much fun anymore.
Yeah, bad apples.
Yeah.
Always ruin stuff.
There's always bad apples. Gotta deal with.
One more bad apple.
More bad apple.
Okay, here is an email from Pete. And he says, this is a Forrest Fenn discussion topic.
Oh.
Toby, to anagram or not to anagram? That is the question. Forrest Fenn states below, there are no codes or ciphers used to find the treasure on 8/28/2015. Quote from Fenn. Some searchers overrate the complexity of the search, knowing about head pressures, foot pounds, acre feet, Bible verses, Latin, cubic inches, icons, fonts, charts, graphs, formulas, curved lines, magnetic variation, codes, depth meters, riddles, drones, or ciphers will not assist anyone to the treasure location, although those things have been offered as positive solutions. Excellent research materials are The Thrill of the Chase, Google Earth, and or a good map. Anagram is a form of cipher. Anagramming is a technique used to break transposition ciphers. You have to rearrange letters until you can find some kind of pattern. Anagram is a form of wordplay that allows the writer to infuse mystery and a little interactive fun in the writing so that the reader can decipher the actual word on their own and discover a depth of meaning to the writing. Okay, so he just goes on and gives... Okay, what is more plausible? Forrest Fenn made a mistake when he took the time to write out a list of items not needed, i.e. ciphers, or the searchers anagramming are mistaken. So this is a topic that he would like us to discuss. Do you want to add it to our Wednesday or Friday afternoon shows?
If we do, we need to invite Sherry back because she could come on. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll add it, and then depending on how people feel about it in terms of the comments, we'll consider it for one of our Wednesday shows.
Yeah.
I think we have to address it sooner or later.
Yeah.
What?
Did we finish?
No, I got one more to read.
Okay, one more.
This is the fun one. So this is from Erin Ramsey, who I thought was a friend of ours, but apparently not. She writes, Toby and Shelley, please let this serve as legal notice that your vlogs provide evidence that you have hacked my computer and read my book and private emails.
Okay, so our vlogs are evidence that we are interested in the hunt for Forrest Fenn's treasure, and we know how to make a YouTube channel. Other than that, I don't think it's evidence of anything.
If they're evidence, so first of all, I want you to read section 16 of the FRCP, Federal Rules of Civil Procedure, which describes how attorneys are supposed to behave in court. And there's also there's a follow-on document called the Federal Rules of Evidence. There is no evidence here. This is simply evidence, as Shelley said, that we know how to make a YouTube channel and we can talk about stuff, practically anything. You don't have evidence of anything.
You can make a show out of anything,
Yeah.
folks.
We could actually make a
We
show
have enough
talking
ideas to make shows for the rest of our lives.
Yeah.
We don't need to read your emails or books to
I'm
come
not
up
sure-
with ideas.
I'm not sure where you're going with that, Aaron, but you're going to find it's not going to get you.
The
as
only
far as you think
emails
it
we have read of Aaron's are the ones she has sent directly to us.
is. Exactly.
So just a disclaimer.
All right. So, enough
Yeah, so
about
should we
that.
say hello to people in the room?
Let's do.
Where's our hello video?
Oh, hello video. One hello.
Hello from the other side.
I'm just going to follow along here.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
I
You
haven't
should
got
get
there
to the
yet.
top. Point
This
Point
is as
blog was
far
in the
up as it
room.
went as was Mr. T.
Okay, let me see where that is.
He
Okay,
says hello all.
we're
You
going to
see
have to
that?
do this from here. That's the top.
That's the top. That's the Tower of Pisa. That's the top.
Oh, no, that's not the top. That's the
Mona
top.
Lisa. Point blog.
Say
Point
hi.
blog. Hello. Thank you for joining us early. Joe S. is here.
Don't go around tonight. Well, it's bound to take your life.
There's a bathroom on the right. That's a good song. Tony Driver.
Oh, I'm sorry. Don't mean to interrupt.
Mm-hmm.
But if you guys are going to, if you want to be safe about where you're not safe, but if you want to be sure that we see your comment, make sure you send a text message to 866-597-9901. That way it pops up on my screen in front of me, and it's sure to be read. If you do want to use the chat room, make sure you precede your comment with the @ AGK space media so that it'll highlight our name in orange. That way we'll know to pick it up.
That's right. Otherwise, we might just say your name and move on. Toby Fan 3000, John Warner,
What
our
up?
moderator in
Our
the
moderator.
house. One of our moderators.
Oh, Karen says she can't stay, popping in to say hello to everyone, so
All
she's probably
right.
gone
Well,
by
thanks
now.
for visiting. Joe Treasure Hunter, fun. Charles Chapman. Hey, what day is it? Hump day. Wow. That's a dramatic hump day. Jerry Harris.
That's Charles Walken song. He picked it. We explained it the first time we played.
John Ito. And wonder if Barry's going to call in again. Well, I think we got a promise from Joe Treasure Hunter to call in, didn't we?
Yeah, Joe Treasure Hunter was going
He's
to.
going to call in tonight when we open up the phones. Blue must be the color du jour. Yes, it is.
Oh,
Actually, it was funny because we just both happened to wear blue today. I mean, I didn't even see him until
Until-
2 minutes before our afternoon show started, and I was already wearing this. So there we are. Blue.
blue.
Blue, ba-da, bee, ba-da-da, ba-da. Okay, Mitzi Moore is here.
Mitzi says, "Hey there, sailor. Nice tie. It is. This is my regatta tie. You know how we were talking about. It's actually kind of dirty. We were talking about sailing the Chesapeake this afternoon. This is the tie that I used to wear when we'd go to the regattas, the Naval Academy Regatta, the St. Mary's Regatta.
Fancy man.
Those were the days.
AJ Rainville with his camels. Which have little
Those humpy things.
cows. Cows with humps.
Yeah.
Humpy cows. Dave Davio. Davio says melt. Davio gets his song.
Oh, Davio. I'm really conspired. I shouldn't have had this tie cleaned.
Goodness sakes. Have to work on that. Steve
Much party.
Gahagan, hello.
Steve Gahagan.
That's life. That's life. That's what all the people say. You're riding high in April and shut down in May.
I think I recorded my
I'm
thumb
glad it's
snapping
April
there,
then.
'cause it's-
So, Mr. T, hello. Shelley choked him out with the other tie and he had to change. Well, you know, it wasn't that bad. We don't
Choked
get
him
that
out.
bad.
We weren't choking out.
We don't do physical violence.
No, actually, like I said, we talked about sailing this afternoon, sailing on the Chesapeake this afternoon. So I brought out my sailing tie. I have a Gold Cup tie too. I'll bring it if we ever talk about steeplechase. I'll bring out my Gold Cup tie.
So Robert Zielinski's here. Sorry I missed you all this afternoon. Work was crazy.
Well, you know what? It was just as crazy in here.
Yeah, the Crazy Train song. Yeah, crazy.
Crazy. Well, we do, but that belongs to somebody.
Can't
tell me when
you said the word crazy. Shouldn't you get to play it when it's crazy? All right, fine. Jim Black's here from BC.
Hey, British Columbia.
Oh, I thought it was before Christ. It was really old.
Yeah, it's a really old guy.
Are you running for president along with...
don't
Bernie.
go there with poor Bernie.
Poor Bernie. All right. B. Cross. Oh, maybe he's from B. Cross.
B. Cross.
BC.
Uh-huh.
Good evening, Bill from Texas.
That was a really obtuse connection. I'm sorry. I know. Give me my 20 back.
No.
Okay.
Illinois Ghost, back to the asylum.
Yeah, we're here. Thanks for joining us.
Kurt Hensley,
12
howdy
monkeys.
from Wyoming. Charles Chapman is in Colorado.
No.
Davio
It's
feels
live
live.
and in color.
Oh, I thought it said he was from Colorado. He's from Color.
No, he's from out east. And is a significant other from
Eric Schmidt's in the house. He's
Of
our
course, because
other moderator. Ryan Bates, have you heard of the BTC treasure hunt?
What BTC? Breakfast, tea, and
No.
sympathy?
No, we have not, Ryan.
We have not. Tell us about it, Ryan. The only treasure hunt we've ever heard of is the Fenn treasure hunt and those things that Christy and Mike do.
Fubar 970.
Yeah.
Larry Sandell, let the chase begin and don't let him get away.
No, John, I am actually going through my tie collection. After 40 years of working in Washington, D.C., I have a tie collection that I either have to use or take over to Goodwill. Mm-hmm. And I decided to use them. So that's why you see. But literally, after 40 years, you collect quite a number of ties.
Jim Siri from Michigan. Hooley's here.
Hooley.
I can make your hands clap.
Charles wants us to stay off politics.
All right, Charles,
Okay,
just for you.
We're going to do it.
Just for you, Charles. Right. We're not going to talk about... Oops, I already talked about Bernie.
Yeah, you did.
Oops.
Davio says, let the drinking begin.
I need a drumstick. Well, I have a pen.
You know who I'll bet you has a drumstick?
Drink some more.
I'll bet you Jason has a drumstick. He's got all kinds of musical instruments.
Okay. Is the ketosis diet over yet? No. No, it's not.
Nope.
No.
She had seared tuna and plain green beans for dinner.
It was good. Num. Which is better than what you had. Cup of coffee.
I just rolled my eyes.
Lydia D. Hiya. Show it. Show what? What are we showing?
I don't know.
Oh, that bones. And Mitzi says no, she doesn't want to see any human remains. Thank you.
Oh, it was actually more like the rib cage. So there's no actual,
You're making her sick. She doesn't like that.
All right. Okay.
Clayton Watson, show it. Oh, come on, guys. You've seen skeletons before. Dave Hedblom. Dave's here. No politics. Okay. I'm sorry I mentioned Bernie.
Get it.
I'm not dead yet.
But I'm not dead yet. I'm playing it.
And that was Zozo Rocks.
That is the best guitar solo. Second best. I like the one from riff from Guns N' Roses. What was the? I'm gonna have to go look for it.
All right, 33 Helm 33. Should have used the wood chipper and it. All right. Free the bones. Joshua Wake 'em. Don't forget about what happened to Logan Paul. That's right. Don't forget. Never forget. Jim Black. Showed all no bones about it.
Joshua, are you going to tell them the Logan Paul story? Because we're not going to tell them. We can't do it. It'll change our status.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about
Craig.
that's politics. We don't want to talk about that.
Craig said something, but he retracted it, so we don't know.
We already talked about Wayne Ross.
Mitzi says, "No, please don't show. Seriously, I don't forget images ever."
Yeah, I'm with Mitzi. I don't think anybody
Wayne,
needs to
thank
see
you.
it.
Thank you for letting us know. I'll take care of it over the weekend. See,
Average person changes jobs 7 times as an adult. I've had 7 already. Uh-oh.
The one we're talking about, Erica, has just been very fortunate about people recruiting her into new positions. So.
Yeah, she gets. They're like promotions, but they're with different companies. So.
AGK Davio says Shelley is the very definition of patience. Much love.
That's right.
Yeah, if you have to partner with me on anything, you have to be a patient person like Shelley.
That's right. Jan Curb is here. Nice shade of blue for me. Thank you. I like it.
Matches her eyes. Open your eyes. Show me your pretty eyes.
I'll look in the camera.
There.
I was going to say, like Nancy Pelosi, I'll open my eyes.
Oh, don't even start.
I didn't say anything. All right. Candy D'Amico.
Hi, Candy.
Give him hell. I do.
What? Ooh, what?
I do, and he needs it.
AJK Media, no rush. I was
Dawn.
just wondering. Oh, where do you see Heather Dawn?
Right there. She only put one waving hand instead of like 10 different emojis, so we skipped it. There she is. Did you guys watch the couples flying on their dragons? The couple flying on their dragons this last Sunday?
That must have been sexy. What's her name? The little blonde princess?
Daenerys. Danny and John were flying the dragons.
Danny and John were flying dragons. So.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got Jan Curb. Say hi. Jim Siri. Hey there.
Said that. Candy D'Amico. Deborah Jensen from New Orleans. Looking handsome and pretty. Oh, she likes you. You're looking handsome and pretty, she says.
What? Blue is my
FM 35 26 Foxtrot Mike ta-da charge. So that's a whole mouthful and a half there.
Map and orienteering. So.
Welcome to the After Marriage Downs.
After Marriage Downs.
I'm not sure what that's about.
Means.
We might have missed that one. Meet Jane Jetson, her boy O'Roy, Redneck Express. Hey, Copper Dan's here. Who else? Shelley gets the money. That's right. Thank you so much, John Werner, for understanding these things. Explaining them to Toby.
Just like when I was married.
3 treasures. Didn't bury the 20, she just concealed it. Oh, that's right. Thank you, hard worker.
Yeah, it's hidden, not buried. Mr. T didn't send a letter. 33 Helm, 33. They. I don't know. So this is so far back, we don't know what you're referring to. Let's see. Yeah, I'm born again Christian. You only Jesus. Yeah, we sure could use him. My dog is dreaming. I think she's chasing.
Hard worker. Have you considered that the 200 feet close to the treasure may have been a vertical measurement? Yes. Yes,
we have considered it. The funny part about it is the sentence that follows the 200 feet. And the implication is we think it's very possible with a 500 feet because we use the Cumbres and Toltec Railroad as people have been within 500 feet of the treasure, not searchers, people.
23 Monarcha.
I think you have to consider all the possibilities when Fenn says something. And you have to eliminate them as your, 23 Monarcha.
Sometimes it takes the audio from my mouth to get to Toby's ears. A really long time.
From my mouth to God's ears.
Mitzi says that Shelley looks like she should be at a 4th of July picnic passing out cherry pie. Isn't that nice?
What a nice thought. You kind of do.
I'm all-American.
All-American girl.
Oh, was that political?
No, that wasn't. They buried the 20.
Lydia D. I think I may have said that. Copper Dan. Point Blanc. Got all these. Hard worker. Do you consider the New Mexico definition of warm waters would apply in Colorado, Wyoming, or Montana? No.
No. Can I explain why?
If you must.
Because Colorado, Wyoming, and Montana don't have warm waters. They have warm water fish. They have warm water fisheries, but they do not have in their various game and fish publications. They don't use the phrase warm waters. That phrase, warm waters, is unique to New Mexico's game and fish regulations.
And we have Brian Eagle.
Hey, Brian, Austin, Texas.
Well, that's more of a crow.
Hook them horns.
I was doing an eagle, but
Oh.
I can't do that high-pitched squeal that they do. Czar 334 is here.
Hey.
I'm at the bottom.
Oh,
I
you
don't know
are?
what you're doing.
I'm looking for questions, but...
Oh, well, they would highlight
anybody
them
we
if they
missed?
had them.
Journeyman? Did you say hi to Journeyman? Huli?
Yeah.
Uh-oh, kitty abuse.
Keeps.
I've got to quit kidnapping kitties.
That's right.
I
See?
gotta abuse the
You
kitties.
get in trouble.
Yeah.
T.J. Rich.
People will make videos about me
For
abusing
Shelley.
kitties.
What's your secret? Didn't you play the Good Witch on The Wizard of Oz?
Oh.
No, I don't. That wasn't me.
Well, I hope not, because that was made in 30-something, right? She's not that old.
My secret? Even though I didn't play the Good Witch, I'm still magical.
I'm still magical.
And
Christopher
I have
Wilson, Toby,
$20.
I hope I didn't offend you regarding the call waiting comment in the last live stream. No, Christopher, it was actually, it's not the first time we've received that comment. And we just can't do anything about it. Our call system, our 800 system, is not your average 800 system. It's an 800 system that actually the service is provided by GoDaddy.com. It goes through their server into our processor, and then we deal with it through Bluetooth. So we have I'm getting, okay.
Brian Eagle, freedom intensifies.
Freedom intensifies. No.
Donnie Blaze, did you say Donnie
So
Blaze?
wait, let me just finish this. No, Christopher, I was not offended by it. Thank you again. It is not. It has nothing to do with a smartphone. As a matter of fact, the smartphone is almost useless in this case because it's all software and application driven.
Zozo Rocks says, and she's buying a stairway.
That's
to
a hint.
Heaven.
That's a hint.
So yeah.
Make a note.
Sorry, that's as much as you're going to get tonight.
I'm going to borrow this.
Make a note.
Let me that 20 so
Don't
I can make a
pull
note
it apart. Just twist it.
on it.
No, mine.
Oh,
No touch.
no touchy.
No touch. Ord. No. She's my bipartisan pie.
Bipartisan pie. Those are rocks want Stairway to Heaven. Okay.
Gallon of tin. Hello. And
All
you
right.
did
If
make
anybody's
it.
interested, that Zozo Rocks one that's the nice guitar riff is now open. If you're interested, let me know and I'll give it to you because Zozo doesn't want it.
Zapster says, I think Toby, Blue Arrow.
Let's see. Oh gosh, don't know where that
Zapster.
went.
I think Toby Zapster.
It bounced on me. Sorry.
See, it happens. Oh,
Oh,
looky there.
good timing too. That's why it
That's
bounced.
probably why.
Okay, we got to go back and find this. Chama seems to be that's aboard. Wow, we're way up here. Okay, kitty abuse. Da, da, da.
Keep going.
TJ Rich.
Keep going. Keep going.
Say when. Tony Driver. Who said what? Who was it?
Oh, now I've forgotten. It started with, I think, Toby. Toby Smart. He stopped searching. Toby Smart. Toby Smart Cowboy. Caballero.
Donna Buckholz. AGK Media. How did you, Toby, and Shelley meet? Sigh.
It's so weird, right? I was at school at CNM.
Yeah.
This was
At
only
age
about
14.
2012. This was in 2012. January 2012. We met. Toby was working on a project and he wanted CNM students to help him with it, and I was a CNM student, and that's how we initially met. Then he was the outreach coordinator for producer training for UPublic, public access television, and I wanted to be a producer on that, so I worked with him on that, and we created a show together called New Mexico Media Makers. The weird part of it is that it is so funny. One day we were looking through pictures of an event before we met.
Way
we
before.
were both at. No, it was November. We met in January.
Oh, okay.
But in November, we were both at this event. And I think it was November or October. It was in the fall. And we were both at this event, and Jason was with him. And Jason took pictures of Toby at this event, and Toby was doing video of the event. And in one of the pictures, you could see me with my group of people from CNM and Toby nearby doing video shots. We didn't know each other, but we could have met. We could have run into each other on that day, but we didn't know each other on that day. It was so funny. But if you had come over to Grubb and said something to him.
You were with Grubb, that's right.
Yeah, because if I had been standing there with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Grubb was the teacher at the time.
Grubb, that's his nickname, by the way. He was the head of the film program at CNM, and when I got this project from the, where did I get it from?
I don't remember. Is it NMSEA or something?
No. It was the.
Somebody from Gallup is calling.
It was the Spanish Colonial Art Society.
Was it?
Yeah.
Because it was about film.
No. You mean the project that you worked on?
No, the thing we were at.
Oh, no, that was the New Mexico. It was that second tier.
Oh, you were already talking about the project.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we met on a project. It was completely accidental.
Long enough to finish each other's sentences.
So the project that I was doing was called New Mexico Art and Artists, and it was on behalf of the Spanish Colonial Art Society. And I needed crew, and I felt, and I was getting paid for it, and I could pay them more than they ever earned at any other project, right?
You paid us, which is more than we ever earned, because nobody ever paid us.
And so I went to CNM, to the film program, and talked to Grubb, and I said, do you think your students would like to work on this television-based project? Because they were a film thing, and he said, yeah. And so we did it there, and it was...
Yeah, they even had a... What do you call
switcher.
it? Yeah, they had a switcher. And
that they had never used.
The other teacher wouldn't let us touch it. He was like, okay, you sit there and watch me. And I'm like...
Been doing this for a long time. So, yeah, that's how we met. When we actually didn't... I mean, she was part of the crew, and, like everyone else on the crew, I would give her direction and things like that. But there was no, we never imagined that we were going to be working together at that point. We were just, a director and one of the crew members. And then she went to UPublic, and that's when she started doing the courses there. And I thought she was going to make a great producer. And she did. She produced her own series. It was very good.
That was my second series.
Yeah.
The first one was as a student.
Okay. Let's see. Scrolling.
What does that one say?
Where? What?
Hard worker. What is the longest duration search that you have personally gone out on?
Is that for us? Oh, it is for us.
We went to Lander for a week, and we were at Rio de los Pinos for a week.
Yeah. Those are the longest.
So a week each.
Yeah. We've done several long weekend ones, and a couple of day trips. It's not worth going up for a day. If you're going to go, you might as well turn it into a multi-day.
Matt Bear is here. James Casey. And love all men with fervent passion. Love.
That's somebody's name?
Love all men with fervent passion. Love.
Sassy's in the house. Hi,
It's
Sassy.
a lot of mountains north of Santa Fe, including Alaska.
Sassy is in the house.
All right, Sassy. Jungle Cruiser, bahaha, now you done it. Lol. I don't know what we done. Hard worker, do you recall a conversation about an umbilical connection to the treasure's location as mentioned by Mr. Fenn? Yes.
Yes, there is a conversation. It is a recent one. Somebody posted it a couple of weeks ago, and he mentions he felt like he is umbilically, is that a word? Connected to the place where he hid the treasure.
Yeah.
And there was a great deal of interpretation of that statement. So
yeah.
We let it drop.
Yeah. Samuel Smith. Are you the singer, Sam Smith?
Oh. Says hi to Belva. Kevin Carney.
Hey, Kevin. Hi. He may not even be in the room anymore. He just
comes
he's
and
at
pops in the
work,
way.
so, he can check in now and then.
There's a 20 on the right.
There's a 20 on the right.
Chama seems to be the area I keep coming up with. That was my first committed to search was up in the along the Rio Chama, below El Vado Dam. That's what I came up with the first time, too. I sure was there.
Heart and a rose.
Oh, Kevin.
Yeah. Ooh. I get so many of them.
Well, Kevin, she's coming home with our 20.
Dust one. Hi, guys. New to the search.
Dust one.
What is the most common search area? Yellowstone. That's the most common. I'm not saying it's the right one.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah, we actually did some research on where people think the treasure is.
Actually, I think New Mexico maybe.
Yeah, no.
I think the people searching Yellowstone are just more noisy about it. Because it costs more money to go there, so they're like, I want to make sure everybody knows I went there.
I went there. Paid the money. Mr. T says, it's okay, Toby. Everybody has some soup on their it doesn't look like soup. It looks like I dragged it through a tire change or something.
Maybe.
I'm going to have to fix
When's
that
the
for
last
next time
time you wore it?
Oh, geez. St. Mary's Regatta. Back in 2007.
Maybe
so 12 years ago.
It's boat grease or something.
This was not the kind of boat that would be greasy.
And, oh, by the way, Dust One, if you have a question for us, make sure you put the @ AGK space media so it gets highlighted so we don't miss
Otherwise,
anything.
we don't see it. Or you can send a text message to 866-597-9901. That's 866-597-9901. But wait, that's not all. 866-597-9901.
Yeah, you're right.
What?
Clayton Watson, anyone else notice that one of the sails on Toby's tie is getting picked up as background imagery?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Here.
Oh, look at that. Right there.
Yeah,
because it's
all the green ones.
Oh, yeah, it's chroma keying out. Look at that.
Yeah, that's funny.
Look, there's a hole in my tie. Holes in my tie.
Mr. T, you need to get a gold tie, and I want you to wear it when I give you my interview.
Okay.
Yes, well, he has a gold tie.
I have a gold tie.
So we're set. We're ready. Anytime.
Chad Kirby must be a hole. He must have a hole straight through his body. Yeah.
Hot
That's why I couldn't wear.
Soup.
That's why. That's his name. It's a strange thing, but hey, takes all kinds, huh?
Yeah, we got lots of interesting names. That's okay. Joshua Whiteham.
W says.
Cha-ching.
Wow, thank you, Joshua. The best brown and green are in Colorado.
In my honest opinion, or humble opinion, the best brown and green are in Colorado. Oh, you read that already. You just didn't do the IMHO.
Williams Lake.
There it is. The crazy song.
Is it me, or have you noticed that William is not quite as crazy as he used to be since we started playing that song?
Oh. Well, he might need a new song.
I mean, he always came in with...
Okay, well, don't encourage.
Attitude.
Don't encourage attitudes.
Okay, all right, okay.
Denise Baker, you look good in blue.
You both look really good in blue, she said.
Well, we're both wearing blue.
You didn't say both.
Well, it was a lot of words.
There's a whole bunch of letters in both.
To north.
Oh, Jesus.
I was watching a movie, and they were doing a lot of the songs from West Side Story.
West Side Story?
Analyze that. Have you seen it?
No.
Billy Crystal and, dang it, the guy who played Robert Mueller on Saturday Night Live.
Robert De Niro?
Yes, Robert De Niro. He was the one singing.
Robert De Niro was singing?
He wasn't doing it well. He was just
I was going to say, it never gave me the idea that
he was funny.
He was just barely acting anymore.
Well, it was on HBO. They had Analyze This and Analyze That.
Oh, okay.
So
all right.
I decided
he
to watch
says,
them.
You going to read that?
Hi there. I'm new to the chase, but it's evident that many people are very passionate about their solves and beliefs.
Yeah, that's an understatement.
How do you think some of them will react if they are proved to be wrong? Well, some of them will say, I was wrong. I would really love to know how you found it, where you found it, so that I can improve on my abilities to solve puzzles in the future. But I think a lot of people would be like, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. I'm going to sue you. You hacked my emails and read my book, and now you know all my secrets, and you stole my treasure.
Yep.
So there'll be a lot of that going on.
Yeah. We're not big fans of that, so...
Doug MN, do you have an MN song yet?
Well, we need a person. Well, we do have. No, we don't have. We have Joel Lewicki's song, which is not exactly an MS.
What do you mean we need a person? What are you even talking about?
To get an MN song.
Yeah, you had one you were supposed to put up.
I know.
Toby's been busy getting ready for his housewarming.
I'm having a housewarming on Saturday.
It's going to be a warm house.
It's been very busy because I needed to get the house like in
shape.
Well, it was in shape. It just needed a few nice.
Yeah, he got new furniture, to sit
touches.
on because he didn't have anything to sit on.
I had something to sit on.
Yeah, the floor.
No.
Oh.
That big.
The dining room table.
The black love seat that I got rid of.
Yes.
When I get to my
I'm
daughter.
glad you got rid of it. It was old. Needed to go. Copper Dan. Toby references Guns N' Roses. I take back anything bad I've ever said about you.
I love Guns N' Roses. I miss Guns N' Roses. As a matter of fact, I liked them right up until somebody asked Axl Rose to do some, I think it was like the Oscars or the Grammys or something like that. And it would just, they had lost all their, they had lost
Mr.
everything.
T is an RN and a paramedic.
Wow. He's seen enough human remains. I know the feeling.
Yeah. Pit Boss.
So
Do you
Mitzi
think...
says, Mitzi Moore TV, someone did something to Logan Paul?
Oh.
No, it was what Logan Paul did. to get
Yeah,
him in
Joshua answered it. Pit Boss, do you think it is possible to solve the clues in the poem and end up at a specific location without ever leaving your house? No. That's what the whole little girl in India thing was about. How many clues could you solve from home, basically? And he said the first 2, and then you have to be boots on the ground to get the rest. So you could come up with some ideas, but if you don't have the right where one waters halt, let's stay home and play canasta. That's pretty much a summation of, what he's told us.
It doesn't mean you can't have an idea of what the various components of the poem are, but he says you're going to have to be boots on the ground. Google Earth will help you with the first 2 clues, and then you have to be boots on the ground. Ord says, talk about what you think about Chama. I think I was wrong about Chama, and I almost drowned my son in the problem. Oh, why? But let's see.
Why is Chama not a good solution? What was wrong with it? Because there was nothing wrong with it.
Honestly, no, it wasn't Fenny enough.
Oh,
but
it's very deserty.
But, yeah. I remember what it was. My warm waters halt was based on New Mexico's definition of warm waters as they began on the Rio Chama below the El Vado Dam. And soon after that, Fenn said it had nothing to do with dams.
Right.
So that screwed up my warm waters halt.
Yes. Matt Bear is here. Larry Sandell. I already said these names. So Fenn Treasure Hunters are here. Hello.
Hey, Fenn. How are you doing?
Randy Rhodes, Davio says, Randy Rhodes is the guitar solo. He is a good lesser god, but a god nonetheless. Donnie Blaze, hello. Christopher Wilson, Toby, I hope it didn't offend you.
No, I said that earlier when I read in the comments about the last live stream. Yeah, we don't have control
Did
of
you
that,
go back up? Because I'm rereading things.
Oh, you are?
Yeah. What's up here? Was that a yes? I had to step away. Okay, I'm lost.
There's Hook'em Horns.
Brian says. Right.
So we're still going in the right direction.
Lost Horizon. Greetings from somewhere.
It just popped on me. Sorry.
Lost Horizon. Greetings from.
Sorry. There it is.
There it is. Greetings from Encinitas, California. Love good Mexican food and margaritas and had some of the best in Albuquerque. Absolutely. New Mexico has the best New Mexican food. It is slightly different than Mexican food.
And it doesn't have cilantro in it.
If you eat Mexican food in Arizona, for instance, you're not going to have so much of the red chili sauce as they do here, which I love, especially on enchiladas. And the cilantro is not native to New Mexican food. It was added in from Mexico.
Sonorans, they did it.
And the pico de gallo is a whole new invention that we don't even know where that came from. But yes, great food here. One of the reasons that people move here and live here is because of the food.
So 808 Hardworker says it's 9 a.m. Thursday morning. Good morning from the oldest rainforest in the planet. Is that the gentleman that's out in Thailand?
Hard
On the
worker?
other side? Yeah.
Yeah.
So it would be an old rainforest. As a matter of fact, wasn't that the rainforest where they discovered that a pygmy-like culture that lived there?
Robert Nenig. Going to see you all on the news.
Ooh.
We're going to be on the news?
No, he's going to be on the news apparently.
Well, he can't see us.
I'm
If
gonna
he's
see
on the
a-
news,
Oh, interesting.
we'll see him. Deep thinker. Everthink Dale, his website, and others are keeping the poem from being solved. I don't think they could do that. Misquotes and hearsay are keeping this thing from being solved, in my opinion.
You know what? I've read misquotes on Dale's site, but I don't think they're intentional. I don't think there's any intent there. I think it's just the nature of trying to maintain a blog, especially one that size. There's a point at which you just can't control all of it. So I'm going to strongly recommend that you, as Fenn does, you read the blogs and forums for entertainment, as you should when it comes to our show.
Yes.
We actually
are here to entertain
we
you.
actually categorize
Not
ourselves
so much
as,
inform, but mostly entertain.
Yeah.
Probably not going to learn anything new here.
So I thought I saw Holly said we can give away her song.
Oh, it said wards off something, but I didn't. You went too far. Miss somebody. Virginia Man.
Virginia.
Virginia Man.
Oh, from
Hello
New York.
from New York. Noob here. Love your show and your chemistry. Oh, well, thanks. Toby does a lot of chemistry, mostly in the garage. Show him your plated coin.
My garage right now looks like a mad scientist's thing because I started playing with this whole plating thing.
He's plating everything.
It's my new phase. I'm going through a phase.
Pretty soon he'll be wearing plated Band-Aids. He's going to turn himself into like Wolverine or something.
Yeah.
What was that one that we just missed?
AJ Rainville says, it's from Davio. He said, Crazy Train. He's giving us a rundown on the guitar because he's a musician and he knows all that stuff.
Well.
So AJ Rainville says, I recommend a Prince song for the Minnesota peeps, such as, you know what? That's the one that I would add. We'll play it. I'll get.
If you guys need a song, make sure you email it to us because otherwise we forget. We're old. Especially this guy. He's still kidnapping cats. Party like it's on sale for $19.99. Yeah. I like that.
Okay, so
you may give away my music to the next person in line.
Holly wants to bail on her music.
Oh, but I like that song.
I like it a lot too, but if it's okay.
Yeah. Moving on. I don't see Janet Landgard's here.
Hi, Janet. How are you doing?
AGK Media, Sassy needs a song, and so do I. Don't give me anything gory like the Gall painting. Lol.
Who said that?
Janet Landgard.
Oh, okay.
She just said she wants a song. She didn't say what she wanted.
Oh, well, because Charles has one.
Charles Chapman?
Mm-hmm.
Ride of the Valkyries for Janet.
Valkyries.
It's to be a Nordic woman.
That's that Wagner song.
I like that one.
You do?
Yeah.
It's Adolf Hitler's. Yeah. What if Adolf Hitler's right? Okay, you're going to get the Ride of the Valkyries for Janet. I'm going to write that down.
On top of Old Smoky, all covered with gold. I lost my poor meatball. But it was really old.
That is not how that song goes.
It's a poem. I just kind of made it up there. Ob Ord says something. Stream something.
I just lost it again. All it. Okay. Steam locomotives halt. Now there go a lot of warm waters. You know what, Aboard? Shelley has a solution that starts with the Osher train station. So, yeah, you may be onto something there.
Jake Staple. Is
here.
No,
you don't. Oh, no, you don't.
And
Deep Thinker says, neither do I. I don't think it's intentional. I agree with you. I don't think it's
I was moving ahead.
Yeah.
My eyes were moving down the road. Moving down the road.
It jumped again. Sorry.
No, I don't think no, it's fine. Copper Dan says, please don't give us Minnesota peeps a Prince song. We really don't like him, and when I say we, I mean me.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Why don't you guys from Minnesota work something out, come up with a consensus on the song, and then we'll pick it because
what was
otherwise...
the one that what's his face recommended?
What's his face?
I don't remember
One of
who
our
it
viewers,
was.
searchers?
I don't remember who it was. It was some person.
I don't know.
That one person.
So
How
we're
about
taking
that?
votes on the Minnesota walk-in song, whoever's from Minnesota.
Well, you know what I liked. But
No.
that's more of a Canada song anyway.
Yeah.
Take off to the great white north. Take off.
Well, we have enough Canadians, then they could have their own
Yeah.
music.
We should do that for the Canadians.
Okay, you are at the end. Don't forget that $ down at the bottom if you want to give some money.
Cha-ching.
Cha-ching.
Ka-ching.
Okay.
So, text
messages.
We have a video on that.
We do. Text
Yeah.
messages.
Yeah. Here it is, text time.
Okay, so we're going to go through text messages and voicemails.
I like that one text. It was pretty funny. It's between a dad and his son. And the son is like, Dad, how do I talk to girls? Or how do I get girls to like me? How do I get girls to like me, Dad? And Dad texts back, dump a bucket of glitter over your head. They like shiny things. And he's like, no, but seriously. He's like, seriously? Grow up here and talk to some.
I don't want you to ever criticize me for going off track anymore. Because
I will. You watch me.
Okay, this is, voicemail. So he starts with a message. He says, Devil Slide is a great idea, but a religious cult now owns the property and you can't get near it. Whoa. A religious cult owns Devil Slide. Think about that.
How do they own it?
It was private property. You can buy it. So I guess the religious cult. So we got a voicemail. There's a caller thing on.
Brian in Wichita.
Wow, he's got
back from the Devil's Slide. And it's a great idea, but a religious cult now owns the property, and you cannot get near it. I talked to them. They say the treasure is in your heart. They won't let you on it, no matter what. So, good luck, everybody.
What kind of a cult would want to own Devil's Slide?
Well, Brian, the advantage is he's watched that video, the first 5 clues solved, which is the Devil Slide solution. So.
Yeah, we've never been there either. So.
Okay, voicemail from.
Toby, this is Jacob Clark. I'm out of Nebraska. If you could please return my call at 308.
Potatoes.
I got something of relative importance to discuss with you. Give me a call back at the earliest convenience. Thank you.
Jacob, thank you very much for your call and your voicemail. We don't do callbacks. We only recommend that if you have something to talk about, because then it becomes kind of a private conversation. We don't want to do that. If you have something that you want to talk about, you can call into any of our shows once the phone line's open, and I would be happy to discuss it with you in this, what we like to think of as an open forum.
Apparently, Michael Hull wants to have, for the Canadians, blame Canada.
For the Canadians?
Yeah, and he's apparently he's claiming to be one of them. Of course, we know he's from Canada, now living in Tokyo. Mm-hmm. So, but he could be a Canadian.
What's
as
it
well.
called? Blame
Canada.
Is there actually a song?
Who's it by? Because I would have picked, either
Oh, Canada.
or Weird Al Yankovic. Don't want to. Weird Al Yankovic song. Don't want to be.
I got a voicemail here.
Okay.
Hi, Toby. This is Christopher Schultz. I was just wondering if tomorrow was the big day, or you have to wait till Easter, or... So I want everybody else in the community wanted to be part of this, and I think I finally found out what the real meaning was. But it was fading away, and there's only amount of time to finally find it, and I just had just enough time to sit down and finally figure it out. Call me back, or live stream me, or however. I'm not a big technology fan. Our phone number is 1.
Okay, so we have more people that want to talk to us. Leave us their phone number, even though we said, please don't leave your phone number on a voicemail.
Guys, please do not leave your phone number because we're going to play this voicemail. Everybody's going to hear it. So
actually, Michael Holt says he wants Blame Canada just for himself. So we got to change his Star Wars
What's the matter? He doesn't like...
He wants something a little more personal.
Okay. I thought that was good for him. And don't forget, if you're going to send us a text message, tell us your first name and the state from which you are writing. So that way we have something to connect to. This is from area code 907. I don't know what that is. Maybe somebody could look it up. Do you know the real email for Forrest Fenn? Need to ask him a question that is not clue related. Not clue related. It's forrestfenn@gmail.com. He gets all mails.
Canada is from South Park.
Oh. It is?
Apparently. Matt Bear says, Blame Canada is a South Park skit song.
How cute. I didn't know that. I like South Park. I've always liked South Park.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
You got it. This is from area code 859, no name, no location. Begin at where warm waters halt, equal baby. Oh, okay, hang on, let me see. Oh, we don't want to read that. Okay, not going to read that. Sorry, guys. Let's see. This is from... It says Chris. Let's see what he's got to say. I don't know if it's the same Chris.
Hey, Toby, Chris.
Different Chris.
I've talked to you in text a few other times before. I know your topic is why the Fenn treasure hasn't been found yet. And my personal opinion is the fact that just nobody has studied enough. And if you listen to Fenn, that's what he tells you to do. And I don't believe everybody has studied enough. So, and actually, everybody is set on the poem, which I don't think that the poem is exactly the key, because if you look in the cover of the book, the very first Thrill of the Chase, it says nothing about the poem. It says, unlock the clues that are scattered among these pages, and you can go home with a bronze chest that is full of gold and a precious jewelry that is almost too heavy for one person to carry. It doesn't say anything about the poem. It just says the clues that are scattered among these pages. So that's why I think it hasn't been found. And I found quite a few clues, and they do give good answers, and that's about all I've got to say. Thanks, man.
Yeah, that's not what we want to talk about here. Let me just fix that real quick.
All right.
Okay.
Well, we have, who did I see? Debbie Teal. Debbie Teal's here.
Hey, Debbie. Da.
You gotta pick one. Did you figure it out?
No, I just need to... that's what I want.
Okay.
I don't know what that was about.
I don't know either. I didn't even see it.
Okay. From New Mexico, no less. No name, but I recognize the New Mexico area code. What would it take to get you guys back into the chase?
Well, I charge $50 an hour.
And you'd go hunt for it?
And then I would go hunt for it if you told me exactly where to look.
Where to look. Yeah, I feel like, so this is going to sound funny to you. We feel like we're still in the chase because we talk about it, we think about it, we have a YouTube channel about it. The difference between being in and out of the chase for us is how much time we spent actually boots on the ground. And in order to go boots on the ground again, we would have to have a solution that we're comfortable would result in something other than us chasing around in nature, because that's kind of what we were doing. And we don't have that yet. And it's going to take it would take a solution, a theory that was credible, that we developed rather than getting it from somebody else. We are not going. We would not go out on someone else's theory unequivocally. There is no question about that. But if I came up with a theory that was credible, then I'd invite my partners to join me and go out one more time. Because it would have to be so credible that I would say this is the last boots on the ground anybody will take. That's how credible it would have to be.
Why do you want to know anyway?
Why do I want to know what?
What it would take to get us back in the chase?
Oh yeah. Why do you want us back in the chase? We're too fewer people that is in the chase. It's better for everything. It cuts the odds, you know.
AGK Media, I texted you, says World Famous Gamer. Do you have that?
I don't know. I'll have to. I'm getting up to the top right here. This is from Candy. From Candy D'Amico.
Okay.
She says, nice tie and shirt, my favorite colors.
Says, I'm saving up.
Hi, Toby. This is Candy. And I'm watching your show, and I'm just realized as I was going to call in and comment that you're not live. So that's all.
She was looking at this afternoon
Talk
show.
to you next time. Bye.
Well, she's in the room, right?
Yeah, well, she was earlier.
Oh, okay. She likes my shirt, huh? Toby and Shelley, could you say good night to Chloe? This is Vicky from Kentucky, and we are watching your show right now. Oh, I hope they haven't left already. They might have gone to bed. Do you want to say hi? Oh, you know who? It's Chloe. It's the little girl that I met at Fenbury. Chloe, good night. I hope you have...
Let me come back and watch this later. Hello.
I hope you have sweet Chloe dreams tonight. Thank you for joining us from all the way from Kentucky. And if I'm too late, I'm sorry. That was, she was with her mom at Fenbury. Okay, hey, Toby, it's Clayton, our friend Clayton Watson from Texas, to play devil's advocate. Oh, great. It's always been when they start a sentence like that.
Who wants to be friends with the devil?
Okay, to play devil's advocate on the Rocky Mountain question, why would it not be reasonable, see, it starts with a why would it not be reasonable to presume Fenn was being overly vague in the beginning in a bid to make sure it wasn't found too fast? A lot of learning has happened in 9 years, so it is quite possible that Fenn didn't realize the poem would be so difficult back in 2010. It's not just what he said, it's what he did, Clayton. He published 1,000 copies of the book, 1,000 copies of the book, and he had them all placed in the Collected Works bookstore. This wasn't supposed to grow this big. He never imagined at that point. Why would you publish 1,000 copies of a book that has the treasure poem in it, saying that it's in the mountains north of Santa Fe, and then expect that it's going to grow beyond Santa Fe? He published this book for himself and for his friends, the people that he knew in Santa Fe, and the people that knew him to be a raconteur of sorts and an interesting personality that was always talking about these subjects. That's who he wrote it for. And that's where the first 1,000 copies. It didn't get big until Margie Goldsmith published the article in Hemispheres magazine, and just like a really good virus, it spread throughout the world. Not that there are good viruses, but...
Deep Thinker says, how do you think people could solve the first 2 clues and not know it? Well, unless they actually went out and looked for the treasure using those 2 clues and then found the treasure, then they wouldn't know that they had actually solved it.
Right. Fenn has said...
There's no confirmation of it.
And this is not a quote, this is a paraphrase. He once said that you're not going to know your warm water salt is correct until you have the treasure in your hands. Think about that for just a little bit. I'm home and I have to fly. Thanks. This is from 262. It's Randy from far away. What do you think would happen if you found the treasure and brought it on a plane in your carry-on, assuming you can drive back? Well, you're going to have to get it. If you're bringing it on your carry-on, you got to get it through the TSA. That's going to set off some alarm bells. And although it's your treasure and you'll have a great explanation for it, you're going to end up sitting in some room, and they're going to be waiting for the FBI to come and ask you some questions, and you'll have an explanation, but you're not going to get through security with something weighing 42 pounds and all that metal without having the TSA pull you aside. That's what I think. You asked. 801, hey guys, I'm proud to be your Bo. Oh, it's Bo Walker. What I meant by family in my aha moment, if you go back to the beginning of time and even into the future, family has always been and always be riches, new and old. We don't disagree with you, Bo. We think there's something there. Hello, Shelley. Oops. Oh, hello, Shelley. Hang on just a minute. Hello, Shelley.
Hello.
Okay. Hello, Shelley and Toby.
Hello.
Thank you.
Hello.
Thank you for all you do. Keep searchers informed and entertained. We like entertaining. We're not sure we're informing anybody of anything. Can you please share both of your perspectives on the legitimacy of the chase? Some YouTubers continue to question Fenn's motives and his relationship with questionable characters involved with the searcher community. Why do you believe the search is more than a marketing ploy? Thank you, Dave. He follows up. Can you please share? Oh, he wrote the same message twice. So you want to take that on? Can you please share both your perspectives on the legitimacy of the chase?
Well, and we talked about this earlier today, I think. Yeah, we talked about it today, early in our earlier show. Basically, and I agree with Jason, Toby's son, who brought this up. If Fenn had the money, he had the items, he collected the items, people saw the items in the chest. They knew he wanted to hide it. They knew he was going to hide it. And he says he hid it. He wrote a book about it. He published the book. He sent it out so that people could read about it. And he has a family who could be hurt or damaged if he was lying in the book. They would come back at him, and they would probably come back at his family as well. His family would also know if he had not hidden the treasure, because they'd say it's still in the safe, or no, he sold it. They would know that it wasn't there, that it was or wasn't there anymore. So that's, I think, enough to tell us that the treasure is legitimate and that it has been hidden.
There is a great, and Joel can correct me if I'm wrong here, there is a significant amount of circumstantial evidence that the treasure exists and that he hid the treasure for someone to find. There is no evidence that the treasure doesn't exist, except the fact that somebody could say the treasure doesn't exist, and they can say it safely because the only proof that the treasure evidence, the only evidence that the treasure exists, is going to be when it is recovered by someone. So it's an easy argument to make, that, like all those arguments, the treasure doesn't exist. It's a hoax. I went to where the treasure should be located and all I found was a hole. All of those are negative postulations, right? You can't disprove a negative. So they can say it all they want, but there's no evidence of any of this. The evidence strongly is on the side that a treasure existed, that it was constructed by Forrest Fenn, along with the poem and the treasure hunt, and that he hid it. That's what the circumstantial evidence is. So we think, in response, it is legitimate, and we don't think that Fenn is sharing information with anybody out of the ordinary. We think we're all getting the same information. Look at the videos. If you look, there's a series of dozens of videos that have been produced by Dale Neitzel in direct conversation with Fenn. And Dale, if there's anybody that has spent more time interviewing Fenn, I don't know them. Dale has spent more interviews. Dale has been on probably 100. I'm going to guess somewhere between 65 and 100. I don't know. He's been in several of the states. I know he was in New Mexico. I know he's been in the Yellowstone area. I don't know if he searched Wyoming and Colorado, but he spent a lot of time looking for that treasure. If there's anyone that, based on the amount of time they've spent with Forrest and the amount of respect that Forrest has for Dale, that if they had any information, it would be Dale. and he would be closer to that treasure. I can't imagine though what he's doing is waiting till things calm down. He's as old as I am, and you're not going to wait for that to happen. If you know where the treasure was, you would go get it. So we think it's legitimate, and we don't think that anyone has any Fenn inserted advantage than anyone else in this treasure. I think we all have. It's a level playing field as far as I'm concerned.
John Bobbitt wants us to know his search area got blasted by an avalanche.
Ooh, bummer. That isn't that. Blame that on not Mitzi. On wasn't it Heather Dawn that predicted an avalanche?
Well, just predicting it doesn't mean you make it happen.
Heather Dawn has.
I predict you're going to die someday.
Wow.
That doesn't mean I'm going to kill you.
Well, you better talk with my children because they don't think I'm going to die. Okay, so I've got about 10 voicemails from George.
I didn't say Sunday.
Oh, Sunday.
No,
Sunday. But most of them were questions for Sassy, so they don't count anymore. Let's just play this one and see where he's going with it. So this is our friend George.
Hi, Toby. It's me, George, again. How are you? I am at the opposite end of where I was.
Don't know what happened there.
I don't know. His questions.
Hi, Toby. It's me,
out.
George, again. How are you? I am at the opposite end of where I was 2 or 3 weeks ago. I'm lost. But I do have 2 solutions, and one solution seems to be more fitting. The only thing that's hanging me up about the more fitting solution is Forrest talks about many people have passed the treasure, and then another place he says it's not near any human path or trail. And he says a few people have been within 200 feet of the treasure. Now, my question is does this specify only searchers? Is he just talking about searchers when he says these things, or is it the general population has passed by 500 feet and just a few have gone within 200 feet of the treasure? And the proper definition of a few is it can be 8 or less. That's the true definition of few, is 8 or less. So not too many have been within 200 feet, which would justify it not being near a human path. But now, human paths, there are roads, there are bike trails, there are railroads, there are airports, which aren't specifically human paths or human trails, but they are used by humans in a vehicle or in a plane. And in another place he says if they're flying past it, they've been within 500 feet. So that would tell me, if they're flying, they've been past it within 500 feet. So that would tell me it's near an airport.
He used up his 2 minutes.
Does he continue in the next message?
I don't know. Let's see. Okay. So, yeah, the voicemail will let you talk up to 2 minutes. So let's go on to the next message.
Right. So near an airport, that's what's confusing me. Is he just specifying searchers, which have been within 200 feet, or general population? And I don't know if there's a way to get an answer for that besides asking Mr. Fenn, or if somebody has come up with some more information regarding that. Is he just talking about the general population or specifically searchers? And if it's just searchers, then I think I have pretty well, I don't want any roosters here. So I'm not going to say I have the solution or anything, but I have a possibility. I'll say that. Maybe one rooster. But anyway, thank you very much for your time, and I hope I can get some kind of an answer from this. If not, that's okay. We're all on the search. Thanks again, Toby. Bye.
Okay, so George, here's a couple of things that Forrest has said. A lot of the thing you've convoluted a number of things that he said. So Forrest has said people have been within 500 feet. Now, the reason that's an important distinction is because he didn't say searchers had been within 500 feet. He said people, the implication being that non-searchers had been within 500 feet. He did say searchers have been within 200 feet, and that, again, the distinction. Now, the reality is if searchers have been within 200 feet, then it is very likely they've been within 500 feet. But he's always made the distinction. People have been within 500 feet. Searchers have been within 200 feet. He's also said that some people figured out the first two clues and then walked past the treasure. And then he's also said that there are no human trails near where he hid the treasure. But once you come out here, once you make your first boots on the ground trip, you're going to discover that you could be off a human trail by 50 feet and you could hide something there and nobody would ever find it, right? Even if you put it on a rock 50 feet from the trail, people would have to be specifically looking for it, so I wouldn't do that. The thing about flying at 500 feet, if you've flown at 500, I've never heard anything. He said that he's flown at 500 feet, but if you look at the Rocky Mountains, that's very difficult to do. But I've never heard anything about anyone flying over 500, near 500 feet near the treasure, within 500 feet of the treasure being flying. I think that was a part of the search mythology. There is nothing there. So then he writes some text messages that, came in this evening, so he might even be in the room. To me, Chama seems to be the place I come up with. What do you think? I came up there, we looked, but it was dependent on our warm waters halt definition, and because our warm waters halt definition depended on the dam at El Vado, and Fenn said it wasn't associated with the dam, so. Steam locomotives halt, that's a lot of warm waters. Yeah, that's one of Shelley's theories. You may want to rethink Chama with all those steam locomotives halting up in that area. Yes, we have kind of thought about it, but... Okay, it's WFG, World Famous Gamer. I'm assuming you want to know why the treasure hasn't been found. It's because there's too many Forrest Fenns and not enough Forrest Fenn treasure searchers. Okay. Thank you, WFG. Let's see. So we got a voicemail from... I don't know. They didn't leave a name. So let's listen to it, see what they got.
Hey, you know what it is. You know the deal. It's Will. When the hieroglyphics in the four corners talk to me. I'm looking at one of your shows live. I don't know if I'm listening to it. They're talking about calling in, leaving voicemail messages. So if you can do me a favor, go ahead and hook me up. Give me a call back and let the viewers know that when I think Shelley, she has a blue thing, and she obeying you. I understand. So that is a moment. Talk to you. You're out.
I do not tell Shelley what to wear. Those are very different,
You
okay.
do sometimes. Like if I have to wear a little microphone, you're all like, wear something with lapels.
No. Microphones are...
Don't wear anything floppy. You got to put a mic on you.
Lavalier mics.
And you can't wear green in front of the green screen.
It's true, because then
but
it looks
you do.
like...
It's okay for you.
Like, I just didn't think of that. Little holes in my body all the way through. This is from Colorado, area code 303. Yes, Colorado has hot springs. You are incorrect regarding Colorado and the warm waters. We have hot springs. Hot springs are not warm waters, as in the poem.
They're hot.
If the poem said hot springs, begin at where hot springs halt, I would agree with you, but that's not what the poem says. Cookster 44 in Colorado. Colorado does have warm waters, as in hot springs. Yes, we don't disagree that we have been to the hot springs.
Why don't they call them warm springs?
Yeah.
There is a warm springs, actually, in the Browns Canyon area.
Yeah. Did say Doug from Minnesota says, I missed most of Friday's show. Did Shelley cause an explosion? He probably means Sherry. And yes, I'm sorry you missed the show. I would say
Make sure you go back and watch it.
Yeah, you should go back and watch it and see the kind of explosion that was started. Hi, Toby and Shelley. It's Copper Dan from Minnesota. The whole world is from Minnesota tonight, apparently. My Too Far to Walk book seems to have a misspelling in the poem. I didn't know the poem was in the Too Far to Walk book. Oh, on the map. Seems to have a misspelling in the poem. The fifth stanza says, "The answers I already know." The poem in The Thrill of the Chase is correct. The mistake was made by the publisher Benchmark Maps, and I think we covered that a couple of shows. There's actually 3 different versions of that map of the map. One is the big one, and there are various mistakes in each. Each one has its own mistake. The correct poem is in The Thrill of the Chase.
John Bobbitt wants to know, would you be willing to act as an agent to the finder?
No. Well, interesting. It depends what you mean by agent, because no, I'm too old for that stuff. No.
And Sakar is here. Hello, Sakar.
Oh, we don't have a song. I thought it was 23 Minorca.
Maybe he's the one that wanted the Minnesota song.
Okay.
Was it him?
Let's see. Too many people think, this is from area code 269. I don't even know what that is. Too many people think they know where it's at instead of solving the clues was my point, and it's hilarious that they don't look in the poem. There was something there connected that I'm not aware of. Joel Lewicki says, I can show you beautifully that hot spring fits with warm water salt very well. If you're trying to convince us that it's not...
You know what? If you think hot springs are where warm water's salt, that's good. You know, think what you want to think.
That's the whole point of this thing, isn't it?
It's your
solution theory. We are now going to open the phone lines. We have about 20 minutes left for calls. So let me open that up. GoDaddy changed the whole
If you
interface.
pay Shelley enough, she will be your agent. I don't know what we can do for you, John.
John,
you know so many people who could probably do it so much better.
Exactly. You know a lot of people, probably some of them living in Las Vegas.
Just be careful.
And others, yeah.
Just be careful.
Yeah. Okay, phone lines are open. Call us and tell us what you think about anything. I'm going to limit the calls to probably 3 minutes because we don't have a lot of time left for tonight's show.
Well, then they won't get to talk at all.
Ooh.
Do we have a burning sound?
Shot in the heart.
Maybe it was just a cowbell.
Oh. We need a burned.
I know, right?
Yeah.
A flame.
Okay, income. I'm in Michigan, by the way. It's me, Jason. Love y'all. I don't know who that is. Hey, we've got an
Jason?
incoming call.
Somebody.
Hey, you've reached Toby and Shelley. Oh, and you hung up. Oh, no, that's somebody else calling. Who's this? Where are you calling from? And what's your question or comment?
This is the G-Man in Indiana.
My George calling in, brother. What's going on? I feel like we're practically related at this point. Ignore the calls.
We do have some common background.
Yeah.
Anyhow, my question is, I haven't seen any place in the videos where anybody comments on Finn's remark about the box always being wet because of physics.
Yeah.
Does anyone have a comment on that?
Well, we've had a lot of comments on it, but generally speaking, Cynthia's in the room. She's got a great answer to this. But our opinion is that bronze, because the bronze is such a big metallic object with all that metal in it, it's going to change temperatures slower or faster, slower than the surrounding air. The difference in temperature is going to cause condensation. And I think when he referred to the idea of physics, I'm not sure that's a physical property, right? Is that physics, the difference in condensation? So if it's physics
is motion
and
forces.
Yeah, so if it's probably not physics, maybe, I don't want to say it's chemistry because it's not
Just
necessarily.
call it science.
Right, it's science. So the science is that box made of bronze containing 20 pounds of heavy metals, and I don't mean heavy like in the nuclear sense, but gold is a heavy metal, is going to change temperature at a rate slower than its surroundings. Because it acquires heat and cold slower, it gives it up slower. The result is going to be condensation on the chest. Does that make sense?
It makes sense in the evening or in the morning. It doesn't make sense during the day when it's 100 degrees and sun's shining.
Well, yes, that's true, but we don't know for certain at what point he was. If somebody asked him that question early in the day or late in the evening, that might have been what he was referring to. So, don't know.
All right, my next question is for you. With all your background that you have you generated a profile on Finn, a psychological and physical profile?
Oh, that's an interesting question. So I can say that profile exists, but I did not generate it. Okay. That's not actually true. The profile exists. The profile exists, but I did not write it. How's that?
Okay, I believe you.
Okay.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you for calling in, George. That was everybody's friend, George.
Hard Worker says, Finn has mentioned that there will be no issues with ownership. Do you think that eliminates all federal parks and or Indian reservations? We do. We do think that it eliminates any private land, Indian reservations.
Or national parks. And then now you got to remember, what you have to look at is that the national park system includes a lot of things besides national parks, national monuments. There's a bunch of, I think it's 21 different categories of things owned by the national parks. Basically, it would be very difficult. You would have to hire a lawyer if you found it in a national park, and you might get it back. But their position is going to be, it was found in a national park. It belongs to the people. So we believe that the only options for the treasurer are either BLM land or national forests, which don't have the same rules as all the other. The tribal, we don't believe it's on private land. That would create, on private property, that would create a series of ownership issues, and we do not believe it's on tribal land because he knows that he can't. He had some problems with these issues, so he knows that putting it on tribal land would just be crazy.
Sheila Draper says, after the interview with Sherry, do you think it is more likely the finder will remain anonymous after hearing her troubles? Kind of depends on the finder and their personality and what they want out of it.
Yeah, I think Shelley's, both Sherry and Shelley are right in the sense that the finder is going to have to deal with, and John Bobbitt is asking for an agent. Hire a lawyer, hire an agent, depending on how far you want to go. So I think a finder that wants a lot of attention is going to have to deal with some of those issues. Hey, you've reached Shelley and Toby. Who are you? What? That wasn't
What's
very
up?
polite. What's up? Where are you calling? Who is this, and where are you calling from?
How you doing, Toby?
Good. Who is
Shelley.
this? Is this Joe Treasure?
Joe Treasure Hunter.
Hey,
all right.
What do you got for us tonight?
First let me start by saying Forrest Fenn put a challenge out for everyone, every man, woman, child. And if you solve that poem and you know the location of that chest is yours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
From a legal standpoint, regardless of where it is. If you can pinpoint it, then regardless of going and getting it physically, that's not going to matter. In a court, if anybody uses any information of anybody else's and goes in and retrieves it, then there's precedence there to pursue.
You can pursue it all you want, but a good attorney is going to tell you don't waste your time. It's not going to. But that old rule of ownership is 9/10 of the law, and unless they have a significant amount of proof that you borrowed their solution, considering the number of times that solutions have been promoted, I don't see how you do that.
Well, my attorney instructed me that if I come out with this,
mm-hmm.
if I lay things out correctly,
mm-hmm.
and I pinpoint that spot, I'm talking about put your finger on it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not talking about guesswork.
Mm-hmm.
The exact, precise spot
Mm-hmm.
that legally I have precedence on it.
Well, here's.
So with that being said,
Let's follow that. So you were talking about the pond up in Montana that has some acidic component to it. Am I right? That's the location.
It's an old copper mine.
Yeah. So and if I remember our last conversation, you said it was there.
Yes, it is.
And you did that on our show, which was being viewed at the time by some 200 people. Right?
Absolutely.
And I did not force that out of you. You were not being held at gunpoint. You made that choice.
Oh, no.
That's right.
Absolutely. I've already got everything documented with an attorney.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you made that choice to share.
I'm not freaking out about it. I'm just saying that the documentation is there.
Right. So, but you made that choice.
Gives me precedence on it.
You made that choice to share that with the world. Effectively, you put it on. You put it on
and
YouTube.
Freely, yes, I did.
And when a judge looks at you or an opposing attorney looks at you and says, "Did you, by your own choice, share that information with the world?"
Yes, I did.
Yeah, you did. Did you share it with the expectation that someone that was listening to you as you shared it with the world would go and get that treasure?
Well, they can try if they want. Everybody's open to try.
That's right.
But
so
the evidence is that no one has solved that poem correctly, so therefore no one knows exactly where it's at.
Yeah.
The person that does do that has precedence on that spot.
No, the person who has precedence is the person that walks away with that treasure. That's who has precedence.
Well, that's going to be really hard to do because it might as well be locked up in Fort Knox.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you look at your solution, if it does come out of that place. But let's say the treasure is along the Rio de los Pinos, right? And we've put maps out there. We've put pictures out there. Somebody goes and finds that treasure along the Rio de los Pinos. Do I have a case?
If you've got the proper documentation on that spot.
My documentation is on that spot, but it's also in the public domain.
Then you would have precedence.
No, I'm sorry, because the judge is going to ask you, did you share that freely? The answer is yes. Did you share that with the expectation that no one was going to look for that treasure? And if you answer no, then
everybody's looking for it.
Exactly. That's my point exactly. So you put the information out there with the expectation that someone was going to go look for that treasure in the Rio de los Pinos. You've lost your precedence at that point. That's why we tell people, don't share your solutions with us. If you share your solution with us...
I'm not concerned about it. I just decided to come out on your show
and
do this.
Yeah, don't.
And I love your show.
Thank you.
By the way, it's a good show.
Well, we need to have this discussion sometime when we have more time. It's going to be a challenge.
I'll tune in next time, and I'm going to come out with it and just get it done because I'm really not too concerned.
Good. And the ideal situation is that you call us and tell us you've recovered the treasure.
Well, you can't get to it, but that's okay. It doesn't mean I want to move it either.
So, okay, we're gonna spend 60 more seconds here. If you believe that, then what's the point of this treasure hunt? What's the point of Fenn doing this and 350,000 boots on the ground? What's the point if you can't get to it?
Well, the point is he put this out there. He put the poem out there. If you solve that poem, you'll know the location of that chest. Anyone is free to do that. He invited anyone to do that. But the person that actually solves that poem is going to have precedence over it.
Okay, so wait. Let's go back to my question. If you can't get to the treasure, which is what you said, you can't get to it. Not even you, I take it, can get to it.
Well, I would say if I was rubbing elbows with the right people, I could get access. I tried to get a 24-hour permit, wouldn't allow it. I tried to get an 8-hour permit. They would not allow it, not for any reason whatsoever. Is anybody going to go into that area?
The point that you're making is valid. You can't get to the treasure. You can't get to it. I can't get to it.
Very, very clever.
Right.
He is clever.
So what's the point? Why announce a treasure hunt put all that time, all that effort into it, and make the treasure so that it is completely inaccessible? What's the point?
Well, it's better than a bank, I'll tell you that. He's very smart.
So you think?
And I guess you don't even have to pay taxes on property that you technically don't even possess.
So
that would save some money in the long run.
So you think Fenn at some point has a plan to go get his own treasure back?
I wish he would and had it again because it was fun.
All right. Okay. Every time we talk, I'm gonna ask you what's the point, so you have time to think about it, okay? What's the point? What's the point of this treasure hunt if it's if it's in a plate? No, don't answer it now because we're kind of at a standoff right now. So think about.
Yeah, you're running out of time.
Yeah, think about if Fenn put a treasure in a place that I can't get to it, and you can't get to it, and Shelley can't get to it, and Sassy can't get to it. What's the point? Think about that, and then we'll talk about it the next time.
It doesn't stop people from looking.
Is that the point? Just waste everybody's time? Is that what you're telling me is the point?
It's not a waste of time. He said you can't. Everybody wants things right now.
So okay, so here's
it's going to take a while to get it. You can't have it right now.
I left the treasure hunt because I didn't think I could find the treasure. I'm not going to waste any more time looking for a treasure that I don't think I can find. That doesn't mean that the treasure is either inaccessible or that Fenn didn't hide it. I just felt like I couldn't find it. Are you telling me that all these people are wasting their time?
Oh, absolutely not, because it's absolutely there. It is there.
Well, it's there, but
lie about that.
If the treasure
if there's
was
anybody that has some type of control over Berkeley Pit that would grant me access, I will prove it.
Okay. All right, let's finish this one and we'll pick this up at another time.
Absolutely.
You have a good evening, sir. Thanks for calling in.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Okay, now that Toby is done with his 3-minute call, I just wanted to say, John Bobbitt, whether you find the treasure or not, Toby and I are your friends, and we are here for you, okay? So we may not be able to help you in a legal manner or financial manner, figuring out what to do with the treasure, but we are here for you as a friend. So just want to put that out there.
Text message, Sean, hello, this is Sean from Hubbardston. Sherry is the best.
Very nice.
This is
Did you hear that, Sherry?
This is Shelley, by the way. I hope you're referring to Shelley. Well, no, I hope.
He may have been referring to Sherry, which is fine, but why text us? Just tell her she's in the room.
She's in the room. Let's see. Okay. I answered a call. That was from... we got a voicemail here. Play the voicemail. Hold on. I'm going to play voicemails. Let me turn off the phone for just a sec.
Are we turning off the phone?
I think we should.
We have a video about that.
We
didn't play the opening one. You could play the closing one.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll open it again for just so I can play the video.
No, just close it.
Okay.
It's time to go home.
It's time to go home.
Hit the road.
We should just take some time off from each other. It's not you, it's me. It's what I'm going through.
Now wait a minute. Just hold on.
Bye-bye.
Is this a fake hang-up?
What do you think of all those old-fashioned phones with the cords?
No, that was cool. There's a whole bunch of millennials that are looking there going like, what are those? What are those? So Fubar970 says, I work at Berkeley Pit. It is not there.
Oh,
I want you to have
Fubar.
Fubar, the next time that
Joe
Treasure Hunter calls, call in and I will conference call the two of you. You guys can have a really interesting conversation. Okay, one voicemail coming up.
Hey there, this is Josh Wakeham. I'm a long-time subscriber.
You are indeed.
And I just had a couple crazy questions, or several. Those would be, so what's up with Fenn's secrets? What's the secret he's trying to hold? Like, what's the big deal? Everybody has secrets. Maybe it's because he's like a special forces, like, the youngins call them vamps. But maybe he's a badass from way back. And he's been like flying UFOs and stuff. Or maybe he runs the Illuminati. Or maybe he's a vampire who's gotten tired of living. What are your thoughts on that? This is Josh. Let me know. Thanks.
Vampires are a myth. That's what I think.
So, Josh, you will discover in life that everybody has secrets. Some people have more secrets than others. And the reason some people don't share their secrets is because it's important to them and not the rest of the world, right? It's not complex. Everybody has secrets and they don't feel like they can, like the need to share them. And Fenn is definitely one of those guys that I can confidently predict has secrets and that he will never share those secrets with anyone. But the treasure's not a secret. I think he shared as much as he can about the treasure without
the
giving
location is the secret.
Right. Okay, this is from Marty.
Hi. Once again, you know the drill. It's will. Never work. Never will. I quit my job and work for you when it comes to the commodities and when someone coming in into your excerpt and committing a soul act. Hang up on anyone that commits an act of very, very vicious patience when it comes to a commodity.
So, area code 480, I'm just wondering if you have the right program.
It's Arizona.
Oh, isn't?
Yeah. Phoenix
Okay,
area.
Arizona?
Phoenix area, yeah.
Okay, area code 719, no name. I beg to differ with you. I've also consulted with legal. If one can pinpoint where it is hidden and one have it written down and dated and gave it to an attorney or mailed where it is themselves, it legally belongs to no one. So the only question I would have about that is if you can pinpoint it with that kind of accuracy, why don't you have the treasure? And that's the argument that will be made in court. The argument that will be made in court is the same one that they made against Shelley when people claimed that they had the exact location of the treasure and the judge.
And they were there first, so
Right.
they should have it.
Yeah, if that's true, then why don't you have the treasure?
Right.
Because all you have is a piece of paper.
Or a picture that you took, and big deal. That doesn't tell us
It's
anything.
not gonna happen.
Where's the treasure?
So
Where's that gold?
go get
Show
the treasure.
me the gold.
If you know where the treasure is, go get it. Okay.
Well, you get down the fiddle and you get down the bow. Kick off your shoes and you throw them on the floor. Dance in the kitchen till the morning light.
And
Hey, thanks for showing up tonight for Hump Day Hoedown. We appreciate all your questions and comments in the chat room, and we look forward to seeing you again on Friday. I'm Shelley Carney for AGK Media.
it's all right. Bumped you there. We'll be back on with open call lines, and we'll have a topic for you on Friday at 1 p.m. Then Fendango, Friday at 7 p.m. We'll do it again and see what we can talk about, okay? Thanks for joining us tonight. We had a great time. We hope that you had as good a time as we did. Thanks, guys.